And joining us in studio now is Mr. Greg Lambrecht. He's the CEO of Singlepoint Incorporated. Their stock symbol's SING. Greg, welcome back to the show.
Oh, happy to be here again.
Well, I know you're happy in general because Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts kind of played right into what you folks are doing. She basically said it's time to let the marijuana companies and dispensaries have access to the banks, which is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, as I've said before in the show, 2 years ago, we were placing terminals and doing merchant processing for dispensaries. And unfortunately, the banks closed it down. So we've been waiting for this day. And Elizabeth Warren and 7 out of the states that passed, the senator and the governor from those states have also signed a bill to let banks be open. So Singlepoint is really in a great position to take advantage of it.
Well, politics is all about deal making, and of course the administration wants their cabinet confirmations to go smoothly, so they're probably going to go to great lengths to placate someone like Elizabeth Warren, which would be a great feather in her cap.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I knew that eventually they would have to open up the banks because with California and Florida opening it up, it's going to create 20, 30,000, if not more, dispensaries. But I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than even I thought. So I'm very excited. And I think it's a great opportunity for Singlepoint and its shareholders and investors right now.
So to explain what we're talking about, it's basically going to open up the banking systems and credit card payments to dispensaries in all of these states that have legalized, whether it be medical marijuana or recreational marijuana, and you provide that payment service.
Yeah, we do. We're a merchant processor, so we're going to put the terminal in, the same terminal that you swipe your credit card at 7-Eleven or any other business. It's crazy that you haven't been able to buy cannabis that way in the past, but we'll be the merchant processor, and we're going to really focus on the dispensaries. In fact, we're spending a lot of money and time on a very sophisticated website where the dispensaries can go on their own through SEO marketing and blogs and fill out the document and put their credit card in, and we can ship them a terminal. So we're really excited about 2017.
I think that website is what, singleseed.com?
Yeah, that's our subsidiary company from Singlepoint, singleseed.com, which was set up to really handle the dispensaries and the merchant processing.
Okay, so just as an analogy, let's say I'm a dispensary owner and I contact you. How quickly can you get my dispensary up and running with a payment system?
Oh, we can really ship it out or have one of our what I call ISOs, independent sales organizations in that area set them up in a couple days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I say when they allow banks to. When they allow the dispensaries to have banks, I'm going to be happy to start reporting how many accounts we're in and revenue.
Well, it's kind of interesting because, politicians are always first and foremost interested in what revenue they can generate. With cannabis becoming legal, I think now in 28 states in one way, shape, or form. So the tipping point has been, covered. We have more states now where it's legal than where it's not legal. They can smell the revenue. They can smell the money, and they want to get something going as quickly as possible.
Yeah, well, exactly. So with Oregon and Washington and Colorado, the cannabis business was roughly somewhere around $5 billion. With Florida, Massachusetts, and California, I've seen a lot of estimates of it growing to $50 billion,
sure.
and some estimates saying $100 billion.
Yeah.
So we're going to be the merchant processor on that money. So this is a very exciting time for Singlepoint.
Well, you take a look at just California and Nevada by themselves. I mean, California, 40 million people.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's the 8th largest economy in the world. Nevada is the tourist destination of the world. 30 million people go to Nevada every year. It's going to become a recreational marijuana stopping point. If you have terminals in all these dispensaries, it's going to generate a lot of revenue.
Yeah, and the nice thing about what we're doing is we're not really getting a license to be a grower or a wholesaler or a dispensary. We're just the merchant processor. So that means that we can go into any state, any county without all the regulatory license. We can expand fast.
Well, let's face it, you're dealing with the perfect part of the cannabis business, the money side of it.
That's right. That's exactly right. And of course, statistics show when someone goes into a dispensary, maybe they only have $40 cash or $60 cash, but now with their debit card or their credit card, they could spend up to $150, $200. And of course, like any other business, that's exactly what happens.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
people spend more money when they have more access to money. We know that. And of
Yeah.
course, it's not very safe for an all cash business to operate because it targets them from thieves and that kind of thing. So it's all a good thing. I mean, what Elizabeth Warren is trying to get accomplished as quickly as possible is really a good thing, which is only going to benefit your company.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, with Washington, Oregon, and Colorado, there just wasn't enough of a tipping point for the banks to say okay. But now with California and Florida and all these states, there is that tipping point to where basically I think that the banks are going to go to the Washington, D.C. and say, yeah, we would like to give these dispensaries accounts, and if we do, will you not prosecute us? And I think that they're going to say, well, yeah, let's get this going. So they're not asking anybody to legalize federally marijuana. They're just saying, can we have a bank account?
Right, right.
And we're at that point now, which is what Singlepoint's so excited about.
We'll be following this story very closely. Once again, the company is Singlepoint Incorporated. SING is their stock symbol. Visit their new website, their subsidiary website, singleseed.com. Greg, very exciting time for you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, and go sing.